Yo, what's up YouTube? Dirty Dan Gaming coming back with another Rise of Kingdoms video. I know it's been a little while, I do apologize. But let's get back into the rhythm of things. Today we are continuing our commander overview playlist with the next commander that you will encounter in your Kingdom's Mightiest Governor sequence. So sit back, relax, and let's check her out. So here we are. Let's jump into the next commander we are talking about, which is Tomyris, Queen of the Masajate. She is going to be an archer, conquering, and attack commander. Tomyris is actually going to be the very first archer commander that you are going to get with both the conquering talent tree as well as the attack talent tree. Attack talent tree is one of my favorites. It actually gives you a decent amount of tank as opposed to what the skill tree kind of gives you. I really do think that the attack tree is very underrated in this game, and it works very well with her skills and synergy aspects. As with all of our overview videos, we are going to give a determination at the end of the video if this commander is worthy of your Season of Conquest investment, and we are going to go over her skills. In future videos, we are going to make full guides on commander pairings as well as talent tree breakdowns and all that good stuff. But just for time's sake, especially since I can be a little bit long-winded, we are just going to cover the commander skills, talk about those a little bit, and then again at the end of the video give our determination on if she is worthy for Scene of Conquest gameplay. So let's go and check out her skills right now. First skill, Arrow of Vengeance, is going to deal direct damage to the target, direct damage factor 700 all the way up to 1000. If the target is already poisoned, removes the poison effect and inflicts poison damage. You can see here damage factor is going to equal the number of stacks times the poison factor, which goes up to 40 over here. If the target has more than 10 stacks, the poison damage is increased. Damage factor equals the stacks times a poison factor up to 80. And you can get this to stack up to 15 times. So you can have some pretty decent skill damage that's coming out of her. However, you do not want to rage engine this commander, and we will get into that on her fourth skill. So just keep that in mind. You do not want to rage engine Tomyris. Next skill, Payback. When attacking cities, troops led by this commander gain up to 30% increased attack, but deal 10% less counter attack damage. I do not like this skill whatsoever. Anytime you're getting rid of counterattack damage, you're making yourself more susceptible to swarms. So I do not like this at all. Not a good skill, in my opinion. Next skill, for the Sun. Archer units led by this commander gain up to 30% attack bonus. All attacks have a 10% chance to decrease the target's defense by up to 30% for 3 seconds. Very nice skill here. This is going to stack with anyone who has a defense reduction in their primary skill, i.e. Ethelfled, XY, Ramses. Anytime you're debuffing defense and health, there's definitely things that you want to chase. So very good skill here. I like this a lot. Although it's a 10% chance, but still, I do like it. I don't like the attack bonus. One thing that Tomyris and early generation archer commanders definitely were missing a little bit was tanky aspects, but she's still very good. We'll give a little bit of a sneak peek into some of the pairings that you can put with her. She's such a good commander that if your kingdom doesn't have Tomyris's, you should really start working on it. Hint, hint. Spoiler alert towards if she's worthy of the investment. More kingdoms should be having Tomyris's within their arsenals. Fourth skill before the expertise, Masazate's counterattack. The normal attacks of troops led by this commander have a 50% chance, and this can go all the way up to 100% if you max this fourth skill. So upon maxing the fourth skill, each time you attack an enemy, you're going to add a stack of poison, because it's going to be 100% chance. So each attack is going to add a stack of poison to the target, stacking up to 15 times. Stacks last 5 seconds, but the timer is refreshed each time a stack is added. For each stack, the target takes an extra 3% skill damage. You're talking about 45% increased skill damage that an enemy target is going to take, which is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous debuff. Aside from Trajan, who gives skill damage bonus, who gives the buff to your allies, I don't think there's another commander that is debuffing the skill damage taken by that much. Tomyris is low-key super underrated, and this is why I think more kingdoms should have Tomyris in their arsenals. That debuff is ridiculously good, and that's part of the reason why you do not want to rage engine this commander, because when she fires her active skill, if the target is already poisoned, removes the poison effect and then inflicts poison damage. So not only do you want to accumulate your stacks of poison because of the skill damage debuff that the enemy target is going to be taking, but also because you are going to be increasing the damage on your active skill from Tomyris herself. But this skill is just so good. You really want to slow down the rage accumulation on the march that you have with Tomyris, because if you can get a 45%, you want to talk about murder ball coordination. If you are in a murder ball and you're a person calling out targets, you should really have the Tomyris, because you're the one who is going to be effectively debuffing probably like the biggest debuff that you can give in this game of 45% additional skill damage that the target is going to take. It's massive. You really want to utilize Tomyris here. So we're not towards the end of the video already, but I've been hyping her up so much already. Tomyris gets the dirty 2 thumbs up in terms of Season of Conquest investment. I'll tell you this right now. We're fighting currently Kingdom 2070. Oh my gosh. Like, there's Tomyris's left and right, and I have been getting debuffed like crazy. And usually I like to push into the enemies if we're like doing a push. I feel like I like to push and kind of, you know, lead that charge and kind of tank a little bit. I can't really do that with how many Tomyrises I've been getting on the field. Number one, I'm a Cav player, so I'm a little bit more squishy, and we're just bigger target. Like, people just target Cav marches probably the most, and then Archer's probably second. But oh my gosh, I can't dive like I usually do, because as soon as you start seeing the stacks accumulate, you know that everyone is going to target you. That is key for your murder balls. Again, I think that by having more Tomyrises, you don't even really need to be on Discord anymore for your callouts, because as soon as you see the debuff, and it's a very apparent debuff, you see a big purple drop, like water drop. It's a purple water drop, and you can see the debuff and the percentage of damage that you were taking additionally. It's just like, it's like putting up a flag and saying like, hey, over here, swarm me. So Tomyris absolutely is I think a must invest commander. I really do kind of want to work her into my lineup at some point. I just don't really know where I'm going to fit her, but she is so good. This 4th skill alone is worth the investment. Let's go over her expertise real quick, and then we'll just kind of round everything up. Expertise is going to be Pouch of Blood. Troops led by this commander gain 10% increased attack and 10% increased counterattack damage. When attacked, reduces the attack of cavalry units and attacking troops by 10%. So you can see here with all of her other skills, you're getting a lot of attack percentages. You're going to be, and with her expertise, you're going to be making up for the increased counterattack damage bonus that you're going to be losing here, which will kind of even you out. But in all honesty, you don't really need this skill. I would say for a minimum investment on Tomyris, you can do a 5-1-1-5. If you can get a 5-1-1-5, I think you're golden. Because again, I mean, you obviously want the damage, right? You don't want to just leave this at a 700 damage factor for a legendary that's really not that great. You want to be adding a little bit more to her in terms of that damage factor that she's going to be doing. But I mean, honestly, like if doing a commander 1-1-1-5 was a thing and like, I guess like acceptable and not, you know, risking getting trolled on for the rest of your life, I would do it. I mean, if you can get that super minimum investment, but again, you really want to be somewhat at least optimizing the damage that you're going to be doing. But this fourth skill is just so damn good. So damn good. And like I said, I'm feeling it. I'm sure other people in my kingdom have been feeling it, that there's just a lot of Tommies running around on this KVK, and it's definitely paying dividends. She is definitely a commander, especially if you are an archer player. If you're an archer player, I think she is a must invest. At the very minimum investment, 5-1-1-5. If you wanted to try and pump her up a little bit and you're feeling a little bit risque, you could go for a 5-1-5-5, because that would effectively give you a pretty nice debuff for the defense reduction. However, I don't think it's really needed. If you're talking about a couple hundred sculpts just to get a 20% increased debuff on a 10% chance, I don't really think it's worth it. 5-1-1-5, if you can get her that, wow, you're golden. You're golden. She's good to plug in into your lineups. You will see in your KVK2s that Edward and Tomyris is the archer rally meta. You don't really have many other options, but you can see why they work so well together in that KVK1, and even going forward, they just kind of fall off as being like a rally combo. But you can see that Edward's rage requirement over here of 1350 is by far the most in the game, and that's exactly what Tomyris wants. She wants you to not build up her rage quickly, so that way you can effectively debuff the enemy more and then cause a little bit more damage on the front end with her active skill. Another very good pairing with her is Artemisia, because you're going to be giving the archer, it's going to be giving your March that tank that it needs. And to be honest, like even as a cap player, I mean, I will go for archers first, but Artemisia isn't one of my main targets right away, just because she is pretty tanky and she's just really kind of offering some decent damage. Nothing too alarming that I really need to worry about otherwise. However, I would have to say that on my target list, Artemisia is going to be moving up a little bit more, because I have noticed that the players who are using Tomyris and debuffing me, they are using Tomyris behind Artemisia. So now I know in my mind going forward in the fights for our KVK, and stay tuned for those streams coming, because we're about 2 weeks away for our level 7 passes opening, and then level 8 passes opening for Kingsland. And then I think we have altar fights starting on Monday. So I know we fell off a little bit, but we are going to be coming back hard on the streams and videos and content and videos as well. But yeah, I know going forward in my fights that I'm going to be targeting Artemisias, because I want to get rid of these debuffers from the field, because these have been such a pain in my neck. So just to recap, I do give Tomyris the 2 thumbs up on the investment. Number 1, because she's just so damn good. That debuff is so good. Number 2, if you can get lucky and you get a 5-1-1-5, super minimum investment for a commander. And who doesn't like minimum investments? I mean, you have Richard as a minimum investment of 5-5-1-1. Leo is a 5-5-1-1 is very good. Even XY at a 5-5-1-1 is very good. So anytime you can find those value options for your commanders, and again, it's going to need a little bit of luck, but if you can get those value options, then always go for them. So Tomyris gets my dirty 2 thumbs up. Super valuable commander, very much underrated. Don't let the haters tell you otherwise. If you're an archer player, absolutely go ahead and work on this commander. If you're not an archer player and you have some sculpts to play around, I would say try and go for it. But I mean, get that 4th skill to 5 and you are going to be very valuable to your kingdom, both in KVK and even Arc. as well. I mean, she's a very versatile commander that you can kind of pair up with other commanders too, because as you can see here, this is conditional to attacking cities, this is conditional for archers, but you're really only getting attack percentage, and you don't need to have only archers in your march to get this debuff effective, and this is a universal skill as well. So very much like we did in our Alex video, I'll leave a card up on the top, where Alex is a very versatile commander in terms of he can be paired with pretty much any troop type. Tomyris is the same way. So a lot of versatility from here, a lot of value coming from Tomyris if you can get lucky, and just an all-around solid debuffing commander with some pretty decent damage. So with that, I'm gonna wrap it up. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed the video, please consider slapping a like and subscribing down below if you enjoyed the content. If you guys want to talk about anything else, drop a comment in the comment section below. And again, stay tuned. We are going to be streaming some ultra fights coming up next week, I believe on Monday, and then everything 72 hours after that. And then in 2 weeks, we are going to have level 7 passes open, where this has now officially been dubbed as a 1 vs 3. So 2070 is now officially versing all kingdoms. I believe water and wind have come to some agreements, and we are allied with wind, so we're all going to be playing together, trying to lock out this Imperium Kingdom, who again, super kudos to them, because they tore it up in zone 5, but they did lose a zone 5 too, and they have not been successful in some of the pushes. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. So guys, stay tuned. As always, thank y'all so much for the support. Thank y'all for the love, and with that, I'm out. Have a good weekend. Peace. Oh, and we're streaming tomorrow for our arc match, don't forget. 15 UTC. Yep, I think that's it. All right, peace.